Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anita Malvonek. If you're watching this for the very first time, please do subscribe right now. But if you're a person that's actually returning and that's watching this for the first, second, third, fourth time, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, welcome to the Anita family, everyone. Thank you for your support, by the way. Yeah, whenever I get an email from you guys, whenever I see a comment, whenever I see you guys follow me on social media just to engage even further, it's really motivating, yeah, for me to keep on doing this and for me to keep on engaging with you guys in the best way that I possibly can. And through my interactions with you guys, I actually realized that there are actually a lot of you guys that are quite interested in just knowing more about this whole chartered accountancy profession, and I can definitely I can relate to that, because if I am to think about myself, when I decided to pursue Bachelor of Accounting Sciences at university, it was basically because I was good at accounting. And I remember just like finding out or asking my friends to like bring me like the books from tax and from vet, because it was between the two that I knew I wanted to go to. And I just used to be like, okay, which ones do I need the most points for, because that's probably the hardest. And that's how I ended up in this Bachelor of Accountancy profession. But there's so much more about the profession that I think needs to be shared, and I would love to share it with you guys, obviously, because I mean, yeah, then you get to know and you get to be more informed about the profession. So in this particular video, I am going to be talking with you guys, or I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to possibly become a chartered accountant if you are keen on pursuing this. And yeah, so the first thing that I actually want to say that a lot of people actually might not know is that you don't actually need accounting for you to be able to study Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. And I call it Bachelor of Accounting Sciences because this is what we used to call it at WITS, but I'm not so certain what it's actually called in other institutions. So for the purpose of this video, I'm actually gonna refer to it as Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. So you actually do not need accounting for you to be able to pursue this career. What you actually really need, I'm thinking back when I was in grade 12 in 2012, and the subjects that I knew I definitely needed to ace, it was mathematics and English home language. And English home language was important for me because if you got a distinction, but the higher your mark for English home language and for mathematics, this would give you like an extra 2 points. And that meant that your total score for you to be able to like get into a specific course would be higher. So that's actually something that you guys need to be wary of. You need to like get those what do you call it? Is it a brochure? Guys, English is not my home language. But anyways, you need to get those books from those universities, and you actually need to see how many points do you actually need for you to study Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. And yeah, you need to like navigate around it and try to play with it just so that you get an idea of how you should be performing in grade 12 for you to be able to pursue this career. So yeah, I knew that I needed to do well in mathematics because I think the minimum for mathematics at the time was like 60%, and I also knew that I needed to do well for English home language. So, but apart from that, in the total score that you had to get at the time, I think it was like 42 points. I ended up getting, I think, 46. So it was well above what was actually required. But yeah, just make sure that, yeah, you inform yourself with regards to that. So that's your very first step that you need to do, and you shouldn't be doing this when you're actually in grade 11. And the reason why I say this is because I'm not so sure if tax has changed its system, but back then you actually would apply at university. I'm also not sure if it has changed it, but You would apply at university. Let's say now you are in grade 12 and now you need to apply at a university. You're going to have to apply with your grade 11 results. Obviously, at the end of your grade 12, they're going to reassess if, okay, so did you get enough points for you to be able to get to university overall, and how did you perform overall? Yeah, but a lot of the kids actually used to get provisional acceptance just by their performance in grade 11. So yeah, it's actually quite important for you to be cognizant of that. So don't think that, oh, like, yeah, like I'm gonna start working hard in grade 12 because, oh my goodness, you know, I guess names don't come out in the newspapers anymore, but your names used to come out in the newspapers with your distinctions, with whether you passed or failed. So that's the year that everybody just wanted to do well. No, like you should be like focusing like straight actually from grade 8, but I would definitely advise you to like push in grade 11 and in grade 12 because that really impacts you. Okay, so yeah, so I applied in grade 12. I applied with my grade 11 results, and right after I got my grade 12 final results from my high school, that's when I got feedback from WITS. So at WITS, I had applied, I think, for 3 courses. It was either 3 or 2, but I think it was really 3 courses. So I had applied for 3 courses, and like at the end of the year, when your results come out, based on your performance, this is going to tell you whether they're going to take you in or whether they're not going to take you in. Something that you also need to be wary of, and why it's so important for you to do extremely well, is because if you don't do so well, like let's say like you just below like 2 points, you know, you're going to be on the waiting list, and that means that you now need to wait for other kids that have actually performed and that have actually been accepted into this course to make up their minds. And only after they reject an offer or accept an offer, that's when an institution is like, okay, my numbers are finalized, we can still take in 20 more students. That's when they might actually look at you. So you don't want to be on any type of waiting list. So you just want to do the best that you possibly can from day one. So yeah, so I actually like got an SMS from WITS at the time, I recall, and it was either 3 subjects that I applied for or 2. But I remember they accepted me for everything that I had applied for. I think I had applied for BCom, Bachelor of Accounting Sciences, and Econometrics or something like that. So yeah, so then I rejected the other 2, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Once someone rejects, then it's making space for someone else to like get the spot. So I rejected the other 2, and I applied or I accepted the Bachelor of Accounting Sciences offer. So that is how I got into WITS. So right after you get at university, so you do 3 years of your undergrad, and right after you complete it, you're going to get a degree in Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. FYI, just something for you to actually know. Proper auditing, especially at WITS University, you only do it in 3rd year. Like when we were in 2nd year, we did like ethics, and yeah, that wasn't proper auditing. So when you get to 3rd year, and I think this is why like it can really be like, what is this? And that's how I felt like when it came to auditing, because I was like, yo, it's a lot. It's a lot. And WITS is so strict in their marks, guys. Ooh, my institution is a bit stingy with marks, and I love WITS and I'm a WITSy. But the easy marks that you can actually get by just like mentioning your initial procedures, WITS is going to be like, nope, that's too easy. Like, we're gonna give you marks for the real stuff. Like, if we're gonna give you marks for even mentioning initial procedures, we're gonna cap it. Yeah, so it's like capping marks, especially if they thought it's easy stuff. So with that being said, yeah, auditing was definitely quite challenging in your 3rd year. But anyway, you get to 3rd year, you get your degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences, so your 3 years is done. Right after your 3 years, by the way, just something that you guys need to know, like in 3rd year, you have your majors. So you have taxation, auditing, financial reporting, finance, taxation. What am I missing? Financial reporting, tax, finance, auditing. I guess I'll say them all. Okay, so management, accounting, and finance go together. So you have your big four. We call it our big four. And ironically, we have big four firms and we call it our big four. But anyways, you have your big four subjects. If you fail any of these subjects, guys, like you have to repeat the year. Like if you fail any of those, it doesn't matter if you got distinctions for the other three, you're gonna fail the year. So you need to make sure that, like, if you gotta get 50 for all four, like you gotta get 50 for the all four. But it doesn't help you to be getting distinctions for two and then you fail the other two. It doesn't do anything for you. So the same thing for your fourth year. So right after your third year, you get to fourth year, and in your fourth year it's the same. In your fourth year, you have your big four once again. But if you fail any of those subjects, it's done. Like you have to repeat the year. So yeah, so you have your 3 years of your degree, and then you have your fourth year, which is your CTA. You do your CTA. So right after you pass your CTA, now you need to look for an institution that you want to do your articles with. By the way, you don't only need to do your articles with a big four firm. Very important. You know, you can decide to do your articles with Investec, Nedbank, Standard Bank. Let me clarify what I'm actually trying to say. All you need to do is you need to make sure that the company that you're doing your articles with is a SAICA accredited firm. So it's not only limited, and it's not just SAICA, the same with ICANN. So SAICA is the board in South Africa, which all Namibians would know. But all South Africans would not necessarily know it's ICANN, and ICANN is the board in Namibia. So yeah, you need to make sure that it's definitely an accredited firm that you're actually doing your articles with. And that's quite important, because a lot of the times people have this misconception that you only need to do your articles with audit, and sometimes people don't like audit, and you end up being audited for 3 years, and they're not passionate, and it drains you. It affects your mental health, it affects your emotional well-being, you're not happy. So yeah, make sure that you actually investigate where you want to do your articles, and especially right when you're studying auditing and finance, you will know what's meant for you. So anyways, you choose the company that you want to do your articles with. So you're going to do your articles for 3 years. By the way, it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm going to be at a company for 3 years, and right after my 3 years I'm going to get signed off and yeah, that's it. No, you need to make sure that whilst you are in those companies for 3 years, that you meet your competencies, because there are competencies that you need to meet, and that you meet your core hours. And I think your core hours are 3,600 hours, if I'm not mistaken. But anyone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So yeah, you need to make sure that you meet your competencies and that you meet your hours, because at the end of your 3 years, even if you didn't meet your competencies and if you don't have your hours, your firm will not be able to sign you off. So you need to make sure that those things are like in the bag. Yeah, so that's articles. And I just want to take you guys back a little bit. So right after you do your CTA, you are going to be writing your ITC. So you're going to be writing your first board exam, which is the initial test of competence. Right after you write this board exam, which you usually write in your first year of articles, because you write straight after CTA. We used to write it in the month of January. Now with COVID, I'm not so sure when people are writing this year, but we used to write it in the month of January, and then we used to start working straight after you write that board exam. So firms usually give you that month off for you to study, but it depends on the policy in the firm that you're actually signing with. So maybe consider that before you sign as well. So okay, so right after you have written that board exam, you need to have worked, I think, for about 18 months, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, if I'm missing or if I'm wrong about any of the technical stuff, you can correct me in the comments. But yeah, you need to do you need to have been doing your articles, let's say, for 18 months, and after that, you are now eligible for you to move on and write your second board exam, which you usually write at the end of your second year. I just want to clarify that before you're also eligible for you to be able to write your second board exam, you need to do your board course. So your board course is usually something that you do it with UJ or you do it with UCT. And if you do not pass that board course and you don't get a certificate at the end of that board course, you will not be able to write your APC. And that is actually something that I actually didn't know, but you learn as you're going along the way, and you're like, board course, you're like, but wait, I didn't know about passing any board course. You only knew about ITC and APC, right? But no, like right in the middle between ITC and APC is a board course that you need to complete, which is going to allow you and make you eligible for you to be able to do your APC. So yeah, so now you have your degree, you have your CTA, you would have passed ITC, you would have completed 18 months of your articles. Now you do your board course, you pass that, you write your APC, you pass that. After your APC, you get to the end of your 3rd year of articles, and in there, after you've met your competencies and after you've met your hours, that's when you are actually eligible for you to register as a CASA or as a CA NUM. So yeah, guys, this is actually me sharing with y'all what it takes for you to register in a nutshell with our prestigious bodies. So I hope that you have learned something from this video, and if you have any further questions, feel free to please comment down below. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. If you have liked this video, please be sure to like, and guys, please do subscribe. Please share this video with any other person that you think might benefit from the information that I have actually shared, any students or any person that's actually in this CA route that might actually also benefit from what I have shared here as well. I don't think I have forgotten anything. I think I got the technicals right. Yeah, I don't think I have missed any information. I think all of it is right here. Right here with you guys. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video, and yeah, thank you for being a part of the NITA fam. If you are not a part of our fam yet, please be sure to subscribe again. I say subscribe again, or not again, I mean subscribe. I'm just saying it again. But yeah, yeah guys, I've been having fun recording these videos, and whenever I see you guys engaging with me, emailing me, commenting below, I get really excited because I'm like, okay, there is some value in what I'm actually doing, and I'm actually quite passionate about it. So without any further ado, this was me, Anita Malavolonek, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye. Ciao.